book, this book attempts to explain that Jassad, you could see on the cover, the Jassad sitting on the throne holding the staff. So who is the Jassad? And why is Dajjal described as a Jassad? The word Jassad occurs in the Quran when Musa alayhi salam went up the mountain and left Banu Israel in Sinai with Nabi Harun alayhi salam taking control on behalf of Musa alayhi salam. Someone known as the Samiri, who has basar, basar, internal insight, basar too. He has basar, internal insight. Someone named Samiri said, give me all your gold, jewelry. And he melted it all. And he made a golden calf. The word in English would be to forge, F-O-R-G, forge. Someone who has a furnace, and he melts the metal and he forges like a dagger and a sword, forges. So he forged the golden calf. He said, this is your God and the God of Musa. And Allah describes that golden calf as a Jassad, a body without a soul. But this one is not a calf, it's a human being sitting on the throne who wants to inherit the kingdom. So what is the implication of Dajjal being described as a Jassad? When Dajjal eventually rules the world from Jerusalem, you will see someone described by Nabi Muhammad as a Jew, not a robot, a Jew, a young man, powerfully built, with the curls that the Orthodox Jews have at their side. So you see a human being and he will say, I am the Messiah. But the Quran is saying to you, no, he is not a complete human being. He is a Jassad. So what is it that makes him a Jassad? Remember that Allah sent the Quran for a people who think. He didn't send the Quran for schoolboys who don't think. He sent the Quran لِقَوْمِ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ, people who think. So now we have to think. What is it in Dajjal that he lacks to be a complete human being? Answer: we have a ruh that Allah breathed into us. وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. And the ruh which was breathed into us is a matter of such supreme importance that the angels were commanded to make sajda because of that ruh. وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. That ruh which we have is different from other arwah because we have been blessed with freedom. Freedom to think, freedom to pursue knowledge, freedom to acquire knowledge independently, freedom to conduct research and extend the frontiers of knowledge, which is what the scholars of Islam should be doing. And we also have the freedom to choose. Al-haqqu min rabbikum faman sha'a falyu'min wa man sha'a falyakfur. The truth has come from Allah, and you have the freedom to either accept or to reject. The angels don't have that freedom. وَيَفْعَلُونَ مَا يُؤْمَرُونَ. The angels have to do whatever they're ordered to do. The angels can't pursue knowledge independently. لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا. We have no knowledge other than what you give to us. We have no means of acquiring knowledge independently. Huh? But the human being has that freedom. And Allah describes it as al-amana, the trust. That He offered this amana to the samawat and to the ard and to the mountains. And they all said, no thank you. No, thank you. And human beings accepted the amana. This is the amana. So Dajjal does not have the ruh that we have. And that is why he's a Jassad. What kind of ruh does he have? I don't know. But he does not have the ruh that we have. So we can now read between the lines that Dajjal does not have independent thinking. So he doesn't make mistakes. Imran makes mistakes, but not Dajjal. He is externally programmed. And he does not have freedom to choose. He is externally programmed to choose. So he has no responsibility for his behavior. His behavior does not qualify as conduct. So he will not be held responsible. So he will not be judged. Or he will not be sent to Jannah or Jahannam. Not Dajjal. He is a Jassad. And as a consequence, we can now realize that in order for him to rule the world from Jerusalem, he has to transform mankind into Jassads like himself. People who no longer think. And I want to share with you my astonishing observation of Mombasa. I've been here for more than a week now. And I have traveled around the world. Around the world I have traveled, lecturing. And I have found something strange. Perhaps it's because my books are in English. Maybe. Perhaps because of that. I find that in Mombasa people don't read books. Strangely. Maybe when my books are translated to Swahili, then we see whether it's true that they don't read books. But when the people stop reading books, remember what Allah says. Allah teaches with a kitab. And Allah teaches allama bil qalam, with a pen. So how will you produce men of knowledge and learning, scholars, if you don't read? And the first word that came down in the Quran is Iqra, read. So now, he wants to transform all of mankind into Jassads like himself. People who don't think anymore. Others do their thinking for him, for them. People who don't choose for themselves anymore, others choose for them. And he's already succeeded. He has already succeeded, I can tell you, splendidly so, in a place called the United States of America, where you have large numbers of people who no longer think. No. And anything you give to them, they swallow it.